So another day's officially in the books for Nvidia stock, as now we're 2 days away from their earnings. Guys, I'm freaking pumped. Let me know in the comments what you're doing. Are you buying more, selling, holding through earnings? And yeah, we actually had a little bit of a sell-off today as the entire stock market ended up going down for the most part. I mean, the Dow actually hit an all-time high, but we did have tech sell-off. NASDAQ went down 1%, and we had Nvidia down 2.2%. And I guess you can say we're continuing the consolidation from last week. Although you guys can see we did take the highs out from last week slightly. But then we ended up dumping for the entire morning. But yeah, you can pretty much say we're consolidating, right? At about 30 or 130, excuse me, to about, let's say 125. That $5 window is kind of where we've been chopping around here, heading into earnings. And I want to break down just how the stock did today, kind of what I'm looking to do here moving forward, and just in general, my thoughts right now on Nvidia. So smash the like button, make sure to subscribe, and guys, don't forget to get up to 20 stocks from Moomoo. The clock's ticking. Use that link down below, or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo, and for a limited time, your uninvested cash will earn up to 8.1% APY. That's until Jerome Powell cuts those rates, which that's coming very soon here. So again, use that link down below, or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo while this promo lasts. And of course, that's an affiliate link. It helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. So like I said, slight red day for Nvidia stock, but I would still consider this a consolidation day, right? All last week we chopped around 125 to 130, and the fact that we actually hit a high this morning, barely by a couple of cents we broke it, that's actually a very good sign in my opinion, right? So yeah, we hit that high, then we sold off aggressively in the morning. You guys can see from 131 down to 124. That's about a 5.5% down move there. Then we consolidated for the rest of the day. You guessed it, at $125, which we held over the last couple of days. And here on the 4-hour chart, are you guys seeing this? We actually have an inverse head and shoulders in the making, which we've covered this pattern time and time again on the channel. It doesn't always play out, but we can see left shoulder's right there, head's right here, boom, you guys notice that, and the right shoulder is right there, and we're heading into earnings, and a lot of people think this thing's going to blow up to the upside after earnings. So guess what? If that happens, that would be this inverse head and shoulders playing out, and who the heck knows where it's going to go, right? 137 is a big target we've covered. $141, a massive, target that we've covered here on the channel. And if that breaks, hey, all-time highs, baby. All-time highs is where we're going to be going at that point. And let me pull up SMH, which I guess it's not too relevant to the video per se, but I'm kind of curious to see where the overall semiconductor, I guess it is relevant. I mean, Nvidia is in SMH, right? A bunch of other stocks as well. Let me see where this is at heading into earnings. Yeah, we actually have the same pattern here on SMH, which, guys, I know I talk a lot about individual stocks on my channel. I do, a lot, right? But it's never a bad idea to also consider ETFs, exchange-traded funds, which SMH is one of those, a semiconductor ETF. This way your money is spread across a bunch of stocks, not just Nvidia. Not saying Nvidia is bad, but having some more diversification sometimes, especially if you believe in a lot of companies in that industry. If you want that, sometimes if you want that exposure, ETFs are a great way to go. And here on the 4-hour on SMH, we do have an inverse head and shoulders as well. Same thing that we saw in Nvidia. And if this thing explodes post Nvidia earnings, which it's not guaranteed, I'm not saying for sure it's going to, but if it does, that'd be awesome. Then we can see this pop. And I think a big target of resistance is about 255 to 260. If that general level breaks, man, this thing could really start taking off. And, I do already own AMD and Nvidia, so I'm not going to go out there and buy SMH as well. But yeah, best and believe, trust and believe, guys. If I did not own Nvidia and AMD, I would probably go out and buy something like SMH. And I've made videos on this a ton. I have a TikTok at Stas Talk Stocks. Go follow me on there. I talk about ETFs I buy and hold for the long term. SMH has always been one that, I've talked about. Not necessarily because I own it right now, I have in the past, but just because in general, it's actually a great ETF, right? Do research on it, obviously. I'm not, this video is not sponsored or anything like that. It's just a very, good way to diversify your money, ETFs in general, right? So going back to Nvidia, to hammer in those resistance points, like I said, if we take out 131, 137's next, 141 is after that. That's the all-time high. Keep that in mind, guys. And with today's price action, we still have a golden cross, which is bullish on the 4-hour chart. That's a very good sign. Again, that's when the smaller time frame moving average crosses over the larger time frame. In this case, the 50 is crossing above the 180 SMA. So this could potentially signal, not always, but it could signal more upside to come, which I wouldn't mind. I'm in Nvidia. If you guys didn't know, I own the stock, as I'm sure a lot of you do as well. And we are noticing the consolidation that we saw today, which we got a lot of consolidation in or during 75% of the day. A lot of that occurred above the 50 SMA on this 4-hour time frame, which you can see is right around $124, $125 per share. So guys, I'm very excited, as I'm sure you all are, about Nvidia over the next 2 days, and it's going to set the tone for the stock market. It's one of the last, no, it is the last multi-trillion-dollar company to report earnings, right? We got Apple, we got Amazon, we got, Google, Microsoft, Meta, every single one already reported earnings, but Nvidia hasn't. And if they crush it, if they give great guidance, I mean, think about it. The driver of this bull market, what has it been? It's been AI, artificial intelligence. If the story there continues with very strong guidance, they crush EPS, revenue, all of that good stuff. If the narrative remains intact, very important, I would not be surprised if we get A, an explosion in Nvidia stock, and B, all-time highs on the S&P. Maybe not so much on the NASDAQ because we're still about $30 away on triple Q from all-time highs, so that'd have to be a huge move. That could happen, but not in a day. But S&P could happen in a day because we're about $4 or $5 away from all-time highs on SPY. And again, triple Q's $30, which percentage-wise, let's pull it up and see here, how much more does it have to go up to hit all-time highs? About 6-7%. So I guess that could happen maybe in a monstrous week for the stock market, but definitely not in a day. SPY, though, could potentially hit all-time highs in a day, as we're only, percentage-wise, about 1% from all-time highs. So 1% green day. How many times has SPY done that, right? So if Nvidia crushes it, stock goes haywire after the bell, all-time highs on SPY, they're going to be coming. So, yeah, guys, it's all coming down to Nvidia. The moment of truth is here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Run the likes up, by the way. Can we get at least 200 likes on this video? I challenge you guys, and make sure to subscribe. 50% of you guys are not subscribed here on YouTube, and for Pete's sake, get up to 20 stocks for Moomoo. It's free money with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below, or go to StockSurfS.com/Moomoo, and your uninvested cash until Jerome Powell cuts those rates will earn up to 8.1% APY. Come on, guys, that's a no-brainer. So again, use that link down below, or go to StockSurfS.com/Moomoo, and I'll catch you in the next video.